Welcome to the WeALLCount counter training module. Today you will learn a brief background of the WeALLCount campaign and receive training instructions for counting individuals experiencing homelessness during the point-in-time count. The training will take approximately 15 minutes to complete. It will cover important information, such as when, where, and how to count. You will also learn about suggested supplies that you may want to bring with you that morning. The training will end with the quick Q&A. Please note that this training is for counters only. If you have signed up to be an interviewer, you will need to attend a separate training provided by the Regional Task Force on the Homeless.
Addressing, alleviating and preventing homelessness requires a clear understanding of our homeless population and their particular circumstances. Who are our homeless? How many people are we talking about? Where are they? What are the factors that led to their homelessness? And what barriers to being housed are they currently facing? Answers to these questions provide the basis for developing sustainable solutions.
WeALLCount is a rain, shine or storm event, and enables our region to better understand the scope, impact and potential solutions to homelessness. The WeALLCount empowers our community to qualify for funding that is essential to addressing the issue. Approximately 1,500 volunteers will be trained and deployed throughout San Diego County to count and interview homeless persons who are unsheltered. The count will take place from 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. on Friday, January 29, 2016. On the morning of the count, please arrive at your assigned count site at 3:30 a.m. to check in, get into teams, and pick up supplies.
All volunteers should have signed up for a counter shift at a specific count site, and a count site coordinator will be at the count site location to oversee activities. Each volunteer will also be assigned a team. For safety and ease of counting and recording observations, teams will contain at least 2 people. Generally, one team member takes responsibility for completing the count tally form while the other team member navigates the route and looks for homeless individuals. In case of an emergency, it is required that at least one team member carry a cell phone.
If you are responsible for a driving route, you may decide to park your vehicle and walk parts of the route. But do not exit your vehicle in a desolate area. Use discretion in deciding whether or not to park your vehicle and walk part of the route.
Each team will be assigned an area of responsibility and will be provided a corresponding map with the area outlined in blue. Teams will only be responsible for the areas within the blue boundary. For the streets along the border of the area of responsibility, teams should only cover the side of the street within the blue boundary. The adjacent side of the street will be covered by another team. Only mark homeless individuals, vehicles, and structures that you observe inside the census tract boundary. Place a tally at the top of the form as you count. Once you have completed the count, add up the tallies and write the total number of individuals, vehicles, and structures at the top of your form. These totals will be entered onto scan forms once you return to your deployment center. This will be explained in more detail in the following slides.
For each person you see, mark a dot on the map in the exact location the person was seen. If there are multiple people in a location, mark the map with 1 dot and write the number of people you count next to the dot, and circle. On this map, the counter recorded 5 individuals, 1 group of 3, and 2 solo individuals.
Next, add a tally mark for each individual in the individuals box, as shown. In this map, the counter tallied 5 individuals.
Mark a triangle on the map and add a tally mark in the cars, trucks, RVs, vans box for each vehicle that appears to have individuals sleeping or living inside. Simply note the number of vehicles. Do not count or tally the number of persons who may be inside. If there are multiple vehicles in one spot, mark 1 triangle, write the number of vehicles and circle. Continuing with the same map, note the 3 vehicles were observed, 2 of which were in the same location. After marking the locations on the map, our counter added 3 tally marks in the cars, trucks, RVs, vans box. For safety and in order to respect those who may be inside, do not approach vehicles, attempt to look inside, or tap on windows.
Not all vehicles should be counted, and the following should be used to help decide whether or not to count. A vehicle should likely be counted if the vehicle's windows are covered, the vehicle is very cramped and or cluttered, the vehicle is occupied but obviously not operational, the RV or trailer is not attached to a cab, the RV or trailer is parked in a desolate area and or is near an encampment. Again, please do not assume how many people are inside. Only mark 1 triangle per vehicle. Mark an X on the map for any hand-built structure that you see. Remember, a hand-built structure includes any tent or improvised structure where the number of people inside cannot be seen and counted. This could include tarps, boxes, foliage, etc. For safety and out of respect for the occupants, please do not approach structures and do not try to count the number of individuals inside. Simply mark 1 X per structure on your map and add 1 tally per X in the box at the top entitled Hand-Built Structures. Again, for multiple structures in one location, write in 1 X the number of structures observed, and circle. In this map, our counter mark 1 structure on the map, and mark the corresponding tally in the Hand-Built Structures box.
At the end of your shift, add all tally marks and write totals for individuals, cars, trucks, RVs, vans, and hand-built structures next to total in each box. Please note the totals on the map depicted. This is what a completed map looks like, with locations on map, tallies, and total numbers recorded. Counting can be subjective, but please use the following as guidelines. Be sure to automatically count individuals sleeping outside, vehicles with windows covered, and tents, or hand-built structures. This includes any improvised structure where the number of people inside cannot be seen and counted. Do not automatically count abandoned shopping carts or personal belongings, individuals engaged in illegal activities, individuals leaving bars or other establishments, or individuals waiting for buses.
Some additional considerations for counting. Abandoned buildings. If you can hear people, approximate the number of individuals that you hear on the map. Do not enter abandoned buildings. Commercial establishments. If a commercial establishment that may attract homeless individuals, for example, fast food, transportation depots, is on your route and is open for business, enter the establishment and count as safety allows. Parks. If you are driving and cannot clearly see from your car, walk the perimeter. Observe as much as possible from a safe distance. Alleys. Only enter an alley with a companion and if it is well lit. If it is dark or appears dangerous, use your flashlight to scan for any homeless occupants without entering the alley. Observe as much as possible from a safe distance. On-ramps. Do not get out of your car on the freeway. If there is an encampment under an on-ramp, count people who are visible from the street. If it is dark or appears dangerous, observe as much as possible from a safe distance.
WeALLCount is a rain, shine or storm event. Check the forecast, but please be prepared for all weather, as the count is occurring during El Niño season. Please bring the following items with you on the morning of WeALLCount. Warm clothes and walking shoes are a must, even if you plan to drive your route. There may be times when you need to get out of the car to walk a part of your route. Rain gear will be necessary if there is inclement weather. Finally, please remember to bring a cell phone, flashlight and pens for marking your maps and tallying the numbers. Please always be respectful and try not to disturb persons sleeping on the street. If you encounter a homeless individual directly while counting, hand him or her an invitation to interview, which will be provided to you at your count site. This invitation will contain information about the days, times, and locations where individuals can participate in the WeALLCount survey. When asked about the count, Simply reply, "We are part of a national project to count people who are experiencing homelessness."
Should any emergencies arise on the morning of the count, call 911. For non-emergencies, please contact your count site coordinator. His or her contact information was provided in your follow-up email when you registered for your count site. He or she will also contact you about 2 weeks before the count. To reach the Regional Task Force on the Homeless, contact the WeALLCount Project Coordinator, Megan Black, at 858-292-7627, extension 22. Or Kelsey Kaline at 858-292-7627, extension 19. Megan Black's cell number will be on the second page of your map.
Once you have successfully canvassed your assigned area, you will return to your count site. The count ends at 7 a.m., so even if you have not covered all areas, you will need to stop counting at 7 o'clock and return to the center. The RTFH team has given permission to certain rural areas to count later in the morning. Upon your return, your count site coordinator will check you back in and ensure that they have received all maps and supplies from you. Please carefully review your map and tallies and list the totals in the appropriate boxes at the top of the form. Please remember, all maps and materials must be returned to your count site coordinator immediately following the count.
In some cases, you may cover your assigned area and not count any homeless individuals, vehicles, or hand-built structures. If this is the case, please do not feel discouraged. It is important that the entire county be covered during this effort in order to achieve the most accurate count, and zero counts are important too. Volunteers are what make this effort possible, and your time is truly valued and appreciated. The Regional Task Force is responsible for ensuring that all of San Diego County is counted in order to get the most accurate point-in-time count possible. If you are unable to participate, it is crucial that your assigned area of responsibility be covered by another team of volunteers. Please cancel your event at rtfh.volunteerup.com. If you need to cancel after January 25th, please notify Megan Black at meganblack@rtfhsd.org. Now for a quick Q&A.
True or false? When marking on the map, only record homeless individuals, vehicles and hand-built structures that are within the blue boundary.
True. Only record homeless individuals, vehicles and hand-built structures that are within the blue boundary. Areas outside the boundary will be covered by other teams.
True or false? You should estimate the number of individuals sleeping or living in a vehicle or hand-built structure.
False. Only count the number of vehicles or hand-built structures you see.
True or false? When marking on the map, you should record homeless individuals, vehicles and hand-built structures that are on either side of the street that the blue boundary falls on.
False. Only cover the side of the street within the blue boundary. Areas on the other side of the street will be covered by other teams.
True or false? If you know that there are usually more homeless individuals sleeping in a location than you actually see on the morning of the count, you should estimate the number of individuals that normally sleep there.
False. Always only count the number of individuals, vehicles and hand-built structures that you physically see on the morning of the count.
True or false? If you see more than one person, vehicle or hand-built structure in one location, you should mark one symbol, dot, triangle or X, respectively, on the map, then write the amount seen next to the symbol and circle.
True. If you see more than one person, vehicle or hand-built structure in one location, you should mark one symbol, dot, triangle or X, respectively, on the map. Then write the amount seen next to the symbol and circle.
True or false? If you cannot see inside a dark alley or abandoned building, you should enter the alley with your flashlight and scan.
False. Do not enter dark alleys, abandoned buildings or any other dark or dangerous-looking areas. Always observe from a safe distance, and use your best judgment.
True or false? If at 7 a.m. you still have more ground to cover in your area of responsibility, you should continue to count until you have completely covered your area.
False. At 7 a.m., counters should return to their count sites and return all materials to their count site coordinator. Important final step to ensure you get credit for attending training. Please go to the link shown. You can find a clickable version of this link in the description under the video. You can also copy and paste it if clicking does not work. The link will take you to a website where you will be prompted to enter your name and email address. This is how the RTFH team will know you completed this training video.
If you have not already signed up for a count shift at one of our count sites, please do so on our website. Please remember to arrive at 3:30 a.m. on Friday, January 29, 2016. If you need to cancel, please do so through the registration page up to 4 days prior to the count. If you need to cancel 3 days or sooner before the count, or you have any questions, please email Megan Black at meganblack@rtfhsd.org or call at 858-292-7627, extension 22. You can also reach Kelsey Kaline at kelseykaline@rtfhsd.org or extension 19. Thank you for your time and support of the We All Count campaign. When a community cares, all kinds of things are possible. We can't do it without you.